Good day, time, my fuzzies, and welcome to a quick review of a game, movie, or TV show I just finished. All thoughts and feelings are my own and are just for fun, quick way to get out my feelings on what I just played or watched. So enjoy and don't take anything too seriously. Good day, time, my fuzzies, and welcome to a quick review of Luigi's Mansion. Overall, the game is really well done. It is really fun to go through. I had a blast. Everything really works well. I highly recommend, if you have not played Luigi's Mansion, definitely play it, because it is such a treat. Unfortunately, besides getting the GameCube version or the remastered 3DS version, there's no real way to play it at the moment. Hopefully they make a remake again for the Switch, but something tells me they won't for a while. At the time of this video, being June 5th, the remake Luigi's Mansion 2, Dark Moon, is getting a remake. That's coming out on the 27th June. So that's fun. But either way, we're talking about this game. And starting off with this game, with the story. So the story is very simple, as a lot of these Mario games are, with Luigi getting a note that he has won a mansion in a contest that he doesn't recall signing up for. And when he goes to the mansion, he finds out, oh, it's full of ghosts. As he meets Professor E.Gadd, who tells him, hey, the mansion just appeared over a while ago, a few days ago, probably the same time he got the note. Your brother, or someone, who we find out is his brother, went into the mansion to scope it out, look for him, I don't know, just, I guess, see what his brother won, and is now captured by King Boo. As we see later on in the story, he's in a painting. So, Luigi, with the help of E.Gadd's Poltergeist 3000, must go into the mansion, capture all the ghosts, get all the boos, and fight King Boo, who's the one behind capturing Mario, and free him. Overall, with the story, it's very simplistic. Not much to say, really. There is some things you get throughout, small things in like dialogue and whatnot, but not much. Like, it is mentioned that he supposes that King Boo is in league, or no, when you talk to a fortune teller, she tells you that Bowser is somehow involved. But that can't be, because Mario, in one of his last adventures, finished Bowser off for good. And so it is speculated that King Boo revived Bowser. So it seems like in this timeline of the Luigi's Mansion timeline, that before this, one of the last battles Mario had with Bowser, Mario accidentally, or on purpose, finally finished off Bowser, so he is gone, dead and possibly revived for King Boo's own nefarious means. And so the rest of the game, you're just going through the mansion, you're finding ghosts that have subtle hints to the relationship with the family of the mansion, which is weird because it seems like the ghosts are ghosts of actual people, if that's even a thing in this world. I don't know how it works, but they seem to be family members in a big mansion. But the mansion is only 3 days old, so how can that be? It's really weird. If I was more of a theory channel, and there's probably theories out there, I would more look into it and check out everything, get all the little details, and put together more of a concrete thing for the story. But it's kind of weird. Either everything is just made up for this, or maybe it's not, and this is real ghosts taking over a mansion that just appeared. So the ghosts are all real. The mansion definitely isn't, because it disappears by the end of the night. And yeah, there's also one of the ghosts that make other ghosts. But I think that is just making the other enemy ghosts, the lesser ghosts that you fight. But overall, a good story. It's interesting to see these characters, the family members, and how you can read some things of how they connect and whatnot. And it's weird to see Bowser in this timeline is dead. And just resurrected by King Boo, apparently. Allegedly. Interesting story, though. Again, I really recommend it. While it's very simple, it is engaging. Moving on to the location is you're just in a mansion the whole time. But a lot of the mansion, changes from room to room. You go into, bedrooms of people. Sometimes it's a grown-up bedroom, so there's not much stuff besides the vanity mirror and whatnot. Sometimes you go into a kid's bedroom, which has more toys and whatnot. There's an ice room you go into, an area with You go into the backyard, a graveyard, a kitchen, bathrooms, an attic, toy rooms, etc., game rooms, etc., etc. So a lot of it, while very based on actual rooms, there are changes to it that make it feel, like you're going through a mansion. Like, oh yeah, this is where the washrooms are. This is where the family members are. There's a courtyard in the back with a fountain and whatnot. Oh, there's a fitness room here. So you kind of get a feel of how, like, all the ghosts lived, if this mansion is real, isn't just appearing with all the ghosts. Again, it's weird, because also all the ghosts are from, E.Gadd's. E.Gadd had caught them over the years, and now they're free, I believe. So there's a lot of questions, a lot of weirdness going on, but the mansion really suits all their needs, so it's okay. But going from that, let's go into the characters of the game, in which you have the main, I guess, four, being Luigi, who is the main character going through all of it, Professor E.Gadd, who supplies Luigi with his gear. You have Mario, who is captured, and you barely see him, and barely hear from him. And then you have King Boo, who is the main bad. Beyond that, you have other boss ghosts, like the father, mother, there's twin sons, there's toy soldier guys who are dressed up, there's Van Gogh, who paints and whatnot. So it is lively with characters going through, but a lot of them are basic characters, with not much depth to them. Like Luigi, he's scared, but he loves his brother, so he'll do anything to get him back. E.Gadd is a spectral catcher, ghost catcher, or whatever he called himself before. Where he has the device to catch ghosts and turn them into painting. He's a scientist and whatnot. So he's the brains of the operation, giving you your gear to help you catch the boos and whatnot. And all that goodness. Mario, like I said, is just kind of captured. You don't really see him, even when he's freed. He doesn't really do much. But King Boo, you can really feel the malice in what he says, as he has a heavy, heavy grudge on Luigi and Mario through all their adventures and what they have done to him and his Boo kind. And he does not take kindly to that. So you get a lot of, like, though you've never seen him before, you feel that he's been in the distance, like, upset with Mario and Luigi and wants them gone, and this is his plan to do it, finally revealing himself. Beyond that, you have the other ghosts, which every ghost you can scan their heart, and it will tell you little things. Like, for example, the butler ghost is in love with Melanie, who's a musical ghost in the room close to where he's patrolling the halls, and he wants to get with her and whatnot, and trying to figure out how to talk to her and whatnot. Other times, it's just them saying random things that don't really matter to anything, just their personality showing through and whatnot. So some of them you get a good idea of, like, but again, you get a good idea of how they work in the world and what their role was before they perished. So it is intriguing seeing them and then trying to figure out, okay, so this mother ghost is in front of the mirror, but she says she doesn't like the cold. Okay, let's open up the window, or she says something. It may or may not even pertain to what you need to do, because a lot of them don't. But you just open the window, the breeze rolls in, she gets scared, and her heart gets seen, and you can suck her up into the vacuum. So a lot of goodness with that. A lot of characters have reasonable ways to get them, little puzzles here and there. It's really fun, really concrete, and really enjoyable. Moving on to the gameplay, which is very simple. You have your flashlight that can stun ghosts if they get too close. You have your vacuum to suck them up. And then also you can reverse the flow and blow things out, which is used when you get the elemental stone, the metals of fire, ice, and water, which shoot fire, ice, and water to help you with certain, traps, or not traps, but things in the mansion that need your help to secure or get rid of and whatnot. For example, if something's on fire, you use water. If something's overflowing with water, you use ice. If something is frozen, you use fire to get rid of it. A very nice triangle of destruction. And yeah, just from there, you go through the mansion, you solve puzzles by opening things up, revealing things, sucking things in and shooting them out, shining a light on them and then sucking them in. A lot of very simple things, But the puzzles to catch ghosts are very nice and clever sometimes. Like I said, sometimes with like the mother ghost, you need to open up the curtains for a breeze to come in to scare her, then you suck her up. There are ghosts where you need to throw things at them a number of times, and then you can get them. All in all, there's a lot of puzzles. I'm not going to go into every one, but they're nice, distinct. Everything is always close by the room. Sometimes you can scan them and see into their hearts. Like there's a little girl ghost who's sleeping and says, "Oh, I will not wet the bed." So you have to spray water at her until she wakes up. Other times, yeah, it's just common sense. Like, oh, there's stuff floating around this room. Maybe if I get the things and shoot it at the ghost, I'll be able to catch him. And you do. All in all, it works really well with everything you do, walking around and whatnot. The one thing I will say is it's very hard to tell sometimes when a ghost is about to, like, evaporate or attack. Because there's times where you'll just be thrown off and you'll take some damage. Or you'll be dragged for too long and take some damage. I think there should be a better way of seeing, like, okay, this ghost is rearing up for a attack that's going to hurt me. I should stop now. And in the other games, I believe they do that. Where one will turn around and you'll see him start, like, about to attack, so you have to run for it, stop, and whatnot. But overall, it's not hard to get life back from different things in the room. You just shake things or suck things and it'll shake things out. And yeah, another part of the game, though, is there's money to be had. Oh, first of all, there's booze to be caught, which after a certain point, you release them into the wild. And booze will be in any room, most of the rooms that you unspookify after you catch either all the ghosts from a room, or the boss ghost from a room. It'll lighten up. That means no ghost can appear there ever again. And sometimes a boo will be hiding somewhere where you shake things, they appear, and you just suck them in, hunt them down. I think you need 45 in order to get to King Boo, but there is 50 in the mansion, which getting all 50 gives you money. Or a giant gem, which the gems and other things like coins, money, and gold bars go towards. You collect all that stuff, all the money from the mansion, and in the end, when you beat the game, you get a ranking from A rank to F rank, depending on how much money you collect. It determines what score you get and the mansion that is built afterwards. It is a very nice reward. It is a very interesting way to do an end game thing. Where the better you do, the more you're rewarded. Very nice. I appreciate it. And overall with the game, it's just really well done. The story is minimal, but it still is spooky, and just going through and seeing all these people and how they might have lived and what's going on with the mansion. Not being real, but it's real at the moment. The areas are very nice, from going into a back storage room. There's a dance hall, kitchen, a dining room, bathrooms, various bathrooms, a bunch of different weird rooms, but they make sense for what's going on and whatnot. And just all that with the characters of E.Gadd helping you out, Luigi trying to solve things, really works, makes you feel invested and whatnot, or at least made me feel invested. And everything just comes down to really solid gameplay mechanics that really work well. And the ghosts in the house are just varied. Each kind is very different than each other, besides the color variants. But even if they're color variants, they have different things. Some move faster. Some are invisible. Or at least one type's invisible. Some will attack right away. Others will have different attacks. Everything really comes together for a really, really solid experience that I cannot recommend enough. Again, if you have not played the game, I recommend playing it. And I hope the Switch Online gets a GameCube thing so that we can play, and one of the games will be Luigi's Mansion. I really hope so. It would make sense, because Luigi's Mansion 2 remake's coming out. It would make sense if the Switch had a Game Boy port. Game Boy, Switch Online Game Boy emulator. GameCube emulator, sorry, GameCube. But, either way, that's it for me. I highly recommend the game. It is really solid. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next anytime. Take care.